time to hit the road.
Honey, did you remember to bring the GPS?
Nope.
Oh. Well, you have an app on your phone to tell us how to get where we're going?
I do not.
Really? So you have an actual map, like the kind that are hard to fold? You just know where you're going?
No idea.
Don't be this guy when it comes to financial planning. LVZ Advisors. We'll help get you there.
Hey, we're a little lost. Do you know where the lake is? Yeah. All right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Blaine Wiersbicky with Carly Van Swol, and we welcome you into DeVos Fieldhouse for tonight's broadcast of MIAA women's basketball. Tonight, Albion College Britons come to town to take on the Hope College Flying Dutch. The Dutch to the top of the league, 3-0, 10-0 overall record. And Albion comes in at 6-2 overall, 2-1 in conference play. Albion is coming off of a victory against Olivet. They dropped a game to Trine on the 10th. By a score of 62-49, and that is their only MIAA loss on the season. Hope, of course, still yet to lose, a perfect 10-0 on the season. And Hope looking to continue their winning ways at home. They are 63-30 all-time against Albion in 94 matchups. Well, this will be the 94th, and they've won 9 straight games, so the Flying Dutch looking for 10 in a row against the Britons. It's been a long time since Albion beaten the Dutch, and it's a tough thing to do coming into DeVos Fieldhouse, so it'll be interesting to see how they come out and compete this afternoon.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting matchup, like you said. Albion 6-2 and Hope is 10-0, and Hope's got a lot of size, and that's not really Albion's strong suit. They got a couple good guards up the front that are going to give our point guards Paris Madison and Angelique Gaddy some trouble, and we're going to see how they do against that. But Ariana Curry is going to be a lot of trouble for us, and one of the leading scorers for Albion, kind of the electrifier and charger for this team, and I think she's going to take this game into her own hands and see if she can work her way in. And size doesn't mean you're going to win games, and that's definitely something that Hope has, but this team did very well against Trine, which Trine's prospected to be number 2 in the league after Hope, but they stayed right along with them, and this is a team that is kind of underestimated, and they've shown throughout this season that they're going to play a lot harder and a lot better than people are anticipating them to be. So this could be an interesting game, and I think we're going to see a lot from this squad.
I think Hope certainly expecting to win when you look at 9 straight against an opponent. And Albion going to come out and give Hope their best. That's the thing when you're undefeated, you're top of the league. Hope's used to being in that position. You're always going to get another team's best. I mentioned Oriana Curry. She's going to have a nice game like she has been all season, averaging just shy of 17 points a game. She shoots 44% from the field. And Emily Burness, the freshman, who started every game this year, averaging 10 points a game. The 2 players that average in double digits. Looking over at Hope, Hope's a team that we know has a lot of weapons, but the emergence of Frankie Buchanan, the sophomore center, has been big. She leads the team in scoring at 14.5 points a game. But then you look at a Hope team where you've got 5 players averaging about 10 points or more. One of those being Elizabeth Perkins, though, unfortunately will not be able to play for the rest of the year, as I'm told.
Yep.
She's dealt with injuries with her knee throughout her career in soccer and basketball, and unfortunately being ailed by that again. So sad to see the senior have to go. But plenty of weapons to fill in those roles for this Hope team. And now we're going to take it down to our PA announcer, Darren Deistermars, where we're going to hear our national anthem and starting lineups, and we'll be right back after that.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome Hope College Junior, Miss Nola Tulsma.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Nola Tulsma. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here in the campus of Hope College for tonight's MIAA Women's Varsity Contest between the Britons of Albion College and your Hope College Flying Dutch. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for Albion at 1 forward, a 5'11 freshman from Lake Orion, number 23, Evelyn Witchmeyer. And at 1 forward for the Flying Dutch, a 5'9 junior from Scottville, number 12, Madison Gears. At 1 forward for the Britons, a 5'11 freshman from Waterford, number 32, Emily Burness. And at 1 forward for the Flying Dutch, a 6-foot senior from Winfield, Illinois, number 25, Mandy Traversa. Starting at center for the Britons, a 5'10 junior from St. Clair Shores, number 10, Aaron Nelson. And at center for the Flying Dutch, a 6-foot sophomore from Grant, number 21, Francesca Buchanan. At 1 guard for the Britons, a 5'3 senior from Dearborn Heights, number 4, Oriana Curry. And at 1 guard for the Flying Dutch, a 5'5 junior from Grand Rapids, number 20, Tyra Smith. And at the final guard spot for the Britons, a 5'2 senior from Macomb, number 21, Olivia Savage. And at the final guard spot for the Flying Dutch, a 5'4 senior from Caledonia, number 24, Angelique Gaddy. Albion College is coached by Doreen Carton. Hope College is coached by Brian Morehouse. Your officials this evening, Mr. Chad Boshian, Mr. Pierre Tyson, and Mr. Sean Black.
And there it is, Darren Deistermars, our PA man here, announcing the starting lineups after a wonderful rendition of our national anthem as well. We're ready to go. Both teams just about ready to take the floor for the jump ball. And starting lineups announced. Gears, Traversa, Buchanan, Smith, and Gaddy for Hope together average about 54 points a game, this starting lineup. Certainly good production from a lot of different players on this team. Nobody averaging more than 14. Several players averaging 7 or more, so it's a team with a lot of depth, and I'm sure we'll see that in the first half here against Albion. Albion, Aaron Nelson, Evelyn Wishmeyer, Emily Burness, Oriana Curry, Olivia Savage, rounding out the starting lineup. Mentioned Curry leading the team, averaging just shy of 17 a game. Burness, the freshman guard, is averaging 10 points a game from Waterford Kettering High School. The 5'11 freshman listed as a guard and forward, so we will see And how she does this afternoon, and she's up for the jump ball against Francesca Buchanan. And here's the tip, we're off, and no trouble for Buchanan to win the tip there. And the Dutch will start on offense. 2-3 zone here, look and then into the man. Immediately switched over for Albion.
And I think that's a smart move for Albion. If you're the smaller team, shorter team, you got a lot of people focusing in on Frankie Buchanan in the middle.
And Gaddy just splits right through and drives. That's exactly what you're trying to prevent there. She slides right through the crease, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Dutch early on. Nice pass all the way inside, and that's just easy. The bucket for Emily Burness. And now here's Smith up the other way. She'll go up for the layup, and she gets it to go. Fast-paced game to start here. 4-2 lead for the Dutch. Burness now being defended by Gaddy. Pass somehow got through by Traversa. This one's heaved all the way over opposite wing. 3-ball, no good from Savage. And here's Traversa. Finds Gaddy to bring it up the floor. No chance to slow down as Madison Gears hits the 3 from the wing right away. Just like that, it's a 7-2 lead. Coach Morehouse urging his team to get back on defense. Gears now guarding Oriana Curry, and pocket picked by Gaddy. She's still going ahead, and she's not going to be able to keep this one in play. She'll get applause from the DeVos crowd for her efforts. She stole it, but then had it poked away. And could not get back in time, so ball back to Albion now. Savage now defended by Smith. Looking to drive to the right. Help side steps up from Gaddy. Burness pass over for the 2. Good. Evelyn Wischmeyer gets it to go from the wing. In the help, a rotation there, the drive from Savage. Just got everybody one off, and that ended up in an open jump shot. Smith now takes the 3 she wasn't stepped out on. And this one's tipped out. Buchanan couldn't hang on. So it'll go back over to Albion. 3-point ball game.
Seen these last couple shots by Hope seem very rushed. Morehouse is trying to get the pace up, but trying to get their team back before that 2-3 zone, or we just saw this little trap zone sets up, but rush shots so far for Hope.
That 2 well off the mark there. A rough miss from Curry, but an offensive rebound. The Albion's got another chance. Here's Savage, and the shot clock did not reset. And that one is a turnover out of bounds off Emily Burness. Couldn't handle the pass off the curl. Head coach Doreen Carden calling out some signals to her team and picking up a little bit of the pressure at half court. Hope picked it up without much problem. They had 2-on-1 down low. Got to find a way to get that to Buchanan. Your center hasn't really had a touch yet on the offensive end, being defended underneath by Aaron Nelson, the junior forward. Inside, up under the rim. Smith couldn't get it to go. Here's Albion the other way. Wischmeyer took it up the floor in the corner. Savage tried to save it, but stepped out of bounds. So another turnover for Albion. 3 now for the Britons.
I think we saw that last set. That was a great drive by Smith, but she had Frankie Buchanan wide open on the opposite block for that nice little dish, which would have been a nice, easy finish for Buchanan because Smith had drawn both defenders by driving. So we'll see if they can incorporate Buchanan more into this zone.
Gaddy driving to the right now. She's been able to get to the basket today. That one's poked away. And they're going to say off of Gaddy's leg, and Gaddy can't believe that call. Goes over to Albion. Now Savage brings it back up the floor for Albion. Still just down 3. Neither team been able to score last couple trips down. Going the cut, did not work. Hope recovers, picks that one away. Gaddy up ahead for Smith, and she walked with it. She took 3 steps. I think that's a good call. Never put down the dribble. Tried to get 1 extra in. An official right on top of the call. That looked like 3 steps. Coach Morehouse not happy with it. That seemed to be the case.
She thought about taking a dribble. You could see it, but she thought she had just enough space left to finish.
Curry drives baseline, kicks out to Savage, open 3, knocks it down. It's a tie ball game, 7 apiece. And Albion so far definitely looking like a formidable opponent for Hope. Gaddy had it dribbled off of one of the Albion players. Not sure if it was Wischmeyer or Burness. But she dribbled right into that corner in the trap there. You've got to be more careful than to go right there past half court. That's exactly where they want you.
And then you can't expect a crossover when there's no room left for you to move.
Inside, Buchanan goes up and off the glass, the high glass to go. I think Polk needs to look to do that a bit more. They finally work it into their center, Frankie Buchanan. Up top, Wishmeyer. Backdoor cut, Burness. Good help side defense there from Smith. She gets the pass up ahead. Albion doesn't really have numbers back. Gaddy drives, kicks to Traversa. This is dangerous three-point shooter. She knocks it down, and one of the best three-point shooters Hope College has ever seen. Knocking it down on her first try. Not really too surprised. And it's a 12-7 lead for Hope. You cannot let her have open shots. That's easier said than done, though. The senior Manny Traversa standing at 6 feet tall, and a response from Evelyn Wishmeyer. Right back, three from the left wing, down to within 2. Gaddy walking up the floor. She needs to get some help here before she dribbles right into this trap. And now she gets it over half court. She's going to drive all the way in. Nice kick to Buchanan, and she gets the layup to go. And if Gaddy can beat that pressure on her own like that, that's not really how you draw it up, but if she can do that, she can definitely create some advantages. And backdoor cut, just too easy there. Oriana Curry, Hope defense all high above the free throw line there. And one backdoor cut, there was nobody to help out. Curry with an easy 2 on a nice move.
And Albion switches back to that man-to-man defense from the zone.
Yeah, and just the way they're set up, they look so easy, so able. And we're going to see a foul here, a block going to be called. But as I was going to say, Albion just seems like it's so easy for them to transition right now, just with the way Hope's offense is set up. It almost looks like a 2-3 even when they're in that man defense. Right. And Smith going to go to the line here to shoot 2. And the first free throw, good. Smith going inside there, and see the contact, but Curry not quite set.
When we look at this Albion squad that's out there right now, they got 1 senior, a junior, and then 3 freshmen out here. And these freshmen are holding their own. You see Wishmeyer out there making some big buckets for her team. And so obviously a lot of senior leadership in Curry and Nelson. And Curry obviously one of those big, strong players and vocal leaders for this team. But these freshmen are really holding their own.
And Burness, you know, second on the team in scoring average per game. So the future of basketball at Albion looks quite bright. And a drive inside, Curry gets it to go. 16-14, Hope leads. Back to a 2-point game. Gaddy. And we're gonna see the foul called here as Gaddy tried to get through. And that one's gonna go against Evelyn Wishmeyer. So Wishmeyer picks up a foul. So Wishmeyer and Curry get the foul. And Curry also in that trap. I'm sure Hope would have liked to have seen her get that foul call. Yeah. Try and get her on the bench for a bit. Obviously a dangerous player. And just over halfway through this first quarter. Albion down 2. Into the middle. Schwark back out top. Nice cut inside. Traversa gets it to go. And moving without the basketball, something that seems so underappreciated and not talked about enough in basketball today. But that's an easy way to score right there. Find yourself open a cut. We saw Curry do it on this end for Albion. Defended by Swift now. Kicks into the corner. Now Curry's wide open, but the pass a little off the mark. Going inside, and this one out of bounds. Will stay with Albion. They tried to get it into Wishmeyer. Paris Madison's going to check in here, assuming she'll take Angelique Gaddy's place, and she does. Jamie Hubbard and Brittany Lutz into the game for Albion. Backdoor cut again, and that one's missed this time, but an offensive rebound underneath. Wishmeyer gets the basket to go. We've seen Hope struggle a bit on the rebounding this year. Teams have had a lot of offensive rebounds against them, oftentimes looking at the shot rather than finding somebody to body up.
And this is a Hope team that really likes to rely on their height and not box out. Like you said, we've struggled in the rebounding sector of it all, but I just think it comes down to boxing out, and this team really likes to rely on their height because they tend to be taller than their opponents.
Masson tried to get it inside. It's taken away by Oriana Curry. Curry's going to pull up for 3, and she knocks it down. Albion's got the lead, 19-18. Looks like we are in store for a high-scoring affair. Still just under 3 minutes here to play in the first, 19-18. Albion putting on a little bit of the half-court pressure here, and it's certainly affecting the Hope offense. Not really getting into their sets, not a lot of time to run their offense. Here's Hedrick, back to Madison. Deep pull, that one was definitely forced by Traversa, but Short grabs it down. And 30 seconds up on the shot clock again for the Dutch, and that one's passed to Wischmeyer, tipped away. She never really looked, just threw it down there. Hope just looks out of sorts right now. Got to give credit to Albion's defense. Hope doesn't look too focused or too prepared right now to deal with the pressure and sort of this high velocity offense, or defense rather, that Albion's putting on right now. Heather Randall into the game for the Dutch.
And Albion's had 9 players play now at this point, as they just had a couple more subs in, which is rare to see a team match as many subs as Hope puts in.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. Chera Orban into the game, as well as Paige Roosh. And Swift goes baseline, won't go, rebounded by Brittany Lutz. Up ahead. Now back out. Roosh. Now Orban kicked over into the corner. 3 ball going up. That one's no good from Burness. Rebound. Schwartz got it and almost taken away. And boy, it just seems like such a simple thing. Just got to get the pass to your point guard. Don't telegraph it too much. Swift takes a 3 from the wing and she buries it. And Hope going to change things up on the defensive end perhaps here. Indeed, they're going to go to the 2-3 zone. See how they can affect Albion's offense. Albion's trying to make adjustments here as well. Coach Carden out trying to give her team the signal. They just want to work it down inside somehow, get in the middle of the zone. So far, a pretty empty possession. Now an open 3 from the wing, buried by Chera Orban, and the zone just for a second collapsed, and nobody was there to close out on the shooter. The wide open 3 look gives Albion the lead again, 22-21. Hedrick inside Short, kicks it out. Swift hit a 3 from this spot last time. This time leaves it short, and it's rebounded by Jamie Hubbard. And thrown away. Hope catches the break. Under a minute to go. Tyra Smith back in for the Dutch. 47.6 seconds left here. And Albion leads by 1. Here's Paris Madison. Senior guard from Grand Rapids Christian. Into that trap in the corner again. She's able to get through. Up top, Randall wants to drive, now kicks Smith. Shot fake, she drives, tough take up and under. Short gets the rebound though, and she misses the layup underneath. And that's off of Hope. It's gonna go to Albion. And for Shorkey, there's really no 2 ways about it. You just can't miss that kind of a shot. Nobody contested it. Just missed the layup right there underneath the hoop. So now Albion with the lead will be able to take the last shot of the quarter.
And I think right there by Schwark, if she would have boxed out a little bit, she would have had a lot more room to make that shot. She was a little bit too far underneath the basket, and if she would have just boxed out a little bit, shoved the defender a little bit backwards, she would have had a better angle for that shot.
Just tried to get it up quick from the looks of things. Wasn't the most focused take. And here's Albion now. The 1-point lead. Looking inside of that zone. Haven't been able to go inside the 3-point line yet. They knocked down a 3 last time. There's a 2 going up. That rattles around and goes for Brittany Lutz. And that'll do it here for quarter number 1. Albion is fired up. 24-21 they lead. Hope College Flying Dutch after 1 quarter of play. So at the quarter break, we'll take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, and we'll be right back after this.
We've intentionally never had minimum account sizes. Our philosophy has always been if you're willing to put in the work and we'll collaborate and we set the plan in place and you're willing to go along with this plan and to put forth effort to this plan, we're happy to work with you. It's what we love to do. And so we have people coming in from the very starting point all the way to, to the wealthy people. It's all different scenarios. Financial planning is not just for the wealthy.
24-21, Albion leads Hope after one quarter. Evelyn Wischmeyer with 7, Oriana Curry also with 7 for the Britons. Mandy Traversa leads the Dutch with 5, pretty balanced scoring, 4, 4, 3, and 3, and 2 are the individual scoring efforts down the line. So certainly spreading the wealth are the Dutch, and Hope, a team that hasn't lost a game this year, but they certainly have been down at the end of the first quarter a few different times. A team that looks to make adjustments and try and come back. And Albion certainly looking like they're the team that wants it the most. And when you're a team like Hope, I said it before we started, you're going to get everybody's best, and Albion coming at it. They want to get a win here at DeVos. 10 straight wins for Hope over Albion. So for most of these girls, looking to get their first win here in DeVos Fieldhouse. And they're fired up. They're putting on pressure. They're moving the ball on offense. And they want to get a win. Starters back in for the most part for both teams. Here's Oriana Curry. She drives right by Gears, pulls up. She gets a 2, and she's fouled. And Gears going to be called for the foul. An interesting matchup there with Madison Gears defending Oriana Curry. Right now, Curry's gotten by Gears fairly easily a couple times. Backdoor cut, and this time drives right by. Gets the shot up there. Couldn't get it to go, but was fouled. And knocks down the first at the free throw line.
I was going to say it's a matchup that I wouldn't have expected in this game. Not someone that I would pick to guard Curry, just because Gears has struggled so far. But, I mean, when you guard someone new, you're still trying to learn the ins and outs of their games. So we'll see if she can improve going on throughout this game.
And Curry, a tough defend for anybody, obviously. And Gaddy gets it across the timeline, now over to Traversa. Smith on the wing. They lob it over top. Buchanan turns, puts up the 2, and knocks it down. And that's the one thing. Albion doesn't have anybody that can defend Frankie Buchanan. You look at the height, and you look at what she's done, averaging almost 15 points a game this year. They need to keep working it inside to her, I think, if they want to come back in this game. Albion still with a 3-point lead. Savage, wide open 3 from the wing, but she misses. And a jump ball underneath. There's nobody boxed out Erin Nelson. And she just stood there and grabbed the ball. I feel like I say it every time that we call these games, but just something that these Hope girls really need to work on when you watch them on the defensive end. A lot of times watching the shot go up, and you can see nobody found a body. Erin Nelson was right there to grab the rebound with no contest. Inside Buchanan, another 2, there it is. Working it into the paint.
That was a dangerous pass to Smith. They got a little lucky on that one, but they'll take what they can get.
Curry goes right by both Hope defenders, and she gets the 2 to go. A little confusion there between Smith and Gears as to whether or not they were going to switch, and Savage steps in, takes it away, and then she goes back door, and she gets the easy lay-in. And Hope right now just all out of sorts. They look rattled by this pressure, which you wouldn't expect from a team that starts mostly upperclassmen.
And so many guards.
A lot of seniors, a lot of juniors. And that one's no good from Gaddy from the elbow. Yeah, a lot of guards out there. And Albion right now is just getting to him. Wischmeyer up top, defended by Traversa. And once again, backdoor cut. Curry kicks out to Savage for a wide open 3. Wouldn't go, and Smith gets it to go. And a foul going to be called on Wischmeyer here. And yeah, as of right now, it just doesn't seem like anybody will be able to keep Curry in front. And she's doing the same thing every time, going up top to that wing here, and then just curling around to her right, and going back door. And I think at this point you just need to defend that. She's done it 3-4 times.
Right.
Maybe let her catch it on the wing, close out, and don't let her have an open shot, but just don't let her walk in, go back door like she has been.
Exactly. I understand wanting to jump the passing lanes, but it comes a point when you've been burned 3-4 times by the back door where you can't keep jumping the passing lane.
And the pass inside. A little too much to handle there. Buchanan tried to get it. They tried going over the top, so Albion takes back over with a 30-25 lead. So here's Savage, defended by Smith. Hope a team with those guards that likes to try and steal the basketball up top a lot. Albion's done a nice job of preventing that. Curry, she's given the right. She takes it, and she pulls up for the 2. Missed it in and out. And this one off of Traversa there. Hope could not get the rebound. So it'll stay with Albion here underneath the basket. They'll inbound.
And this Hope team is a very defensive-driven team. When they aren't scoring points, they really go to that defense to try to turn it up. And even their defense is lagging today, which has really done a great job for Albion giving them the lead because their defense is just kind of, they're unplugged.
Nice backdoor cut there. The two would not go for Tierra Orban. Here's Gaddy. She'll take it to the right, and she's fouled, but cannot get the layup to go. Gaddy tried the little Euro step to go to the right. And the block is called, so she'll go to shoot 2. Try and get Hope back within 3, 7:13 left here in the second quarter. So here's Gaddy to the free throw line. So far in the year, shooting 75% from the charity stripe and gets the first to go here. Hope has a team shooting just shy of 70% on the season from the free throw line. And the second one won't go for Gaddy off the heel. So it's still a 4-point game. Curry out top. Gears moves out to defend. Giving her that right. That's one thing I've noticed. Gears really giving Curry that right, allowing her to go inside that way. Curry baseline, 3-ball going up, and that's off the mark. Gears with the rebound. Gears up ahead to Traversa. Traversa cutting to Gaddy. Gaddy, tough look off the bank, and it would not go, fading away there. And now she's blown by. Savage gets through, and inside, layup no good by Nelson. And Coach Morehouse, furious, wanted a foul called there. Traversa wanted it as well. Hope able to get it back there. 6.5 to go in the second quarter. Albion still running that pressure. Picked up at half court. Get inside to Buchanan. Buchanan kicks out to Traversa, now to Smith. One more Gaddy, she'll take the 3, and she knocks it down. Big shot there. Angelique Gaddy, and that's gonna force a timeout from head coach Doreen Carden. For Albion, this is a full timeout, so we'll take a quick break here from our sponsor and be right back after this.
You know, when you're more than a manager, you're not just saying, wow, you came in, thanks for coming in, and you know, this is what your investment did. It's so much more than that. There's so much more going on in their lives than just these investments, and it's good to understand that totality so that you can say, well, you know, I know there's a better way of doing this, or I have a resource. I know, you know, there's some other resources that we can help you with here. So it's not just financial planning. It's serving people. It's serving people and loving on people, and that's very joyful.
Back here at DeVos, 30-29, Albion leads the Dutch. 6:12 to go here in the second quarter. Albion coming out, putting some pressure on Hope, making them uncomfortable on their home floor. And Hope's got 6 turnovers to show for it. Albion has 5. Mariana Curry quickly up to 11 points already. She's in store for a big scoring game. Frankie Buchanan, 4 for 4 from the field for 8 points for the Dutch. Back out on the floor, both teams ready to go. Albion will have the ball here out of the timeout. Savage to bring it up the floor. Olivia Savage, the senior guard from Macomb Dakota High School. Gears stepping in the passing lane, tried to take it away. Curry gets it back though. Coach Morehouse right there, he wants the arm bar. Curry goes up and under, but could not get it to go. Gaddy stepped up to help out. Gaddy hit a 3 last time, won't take it this time. Kicks out to Smith, she'll try the 3 from the wing. Rolled around, wouldn't go. Gaddy fights for the rebound. Look at the guard down there amongst the trees. Traversa, wide open 3 look. That one off the heel, a little bit too much on it. Curry up the floor. Out to the wing, Fishmeyer gonna try and drive on Traversa. Traversa moving her feet. Here's Curry, top of the key, goes left now, blows right by. Nobody there to help out either. They just can't keep her in front. She's too quick for anybody on this Hope defense. Buchanan up the other way, and nobody gets back for Albion. She gets the layup, the game back within 1.
And this is where both teams, whichever team hustles the more, gets back on defense, is going to have that help defense, is going to end up winning this game. It's so close, 1-point lead, and Hope's help defense has been something that's been lagging this entire game.
Hope trying to jump and get the steal, and Gaddy got a little too aggressive. Called for the foul. So that will be Gaddy's first foul. Both teams with 2 fouls apiece now in this first half, so nobody, or in this quarter rather, nobody in too much trouble as we are just over halfway through the quarter.
And we've seen in previous games when Hope gets in these scoring lulls or these defensive lulls, they normally sub in senior Elizabeth Perkins, such a big leader on this floor, but as we mentioned earlier, out with a torn MCL, ACL, and meniscus. So it'll be interesting to see if one of these Hope girls steps up to take her place to light this fire for this team.
Paris Madison trying to jump and get the steal. She knocks it out. And you see Perkins down on the end of the bench up on her feet cheering on her team. But yeah, you're absolutely right. She's somebody who's just a natural athlete, a lot of athletic ability, and can score in a lot of different ways. We've seen her score in the 30s this season.
Yep.
And that pass could not be handled in the corner by Brittany Lutz. So Hope will get the ball back. So here's Madison to bring up the floor. Jacqueline Schwark will check in at the next opportunity for Hope. Madison, high pass. Smith barely handled it, and this one's tipped away. Hope just needs to settle down a little bit. They're trying to go too quick against this pressure, I think, and just can't stay calm, and they're turning the ball over. Out on the wing, Emily Scott. And Savage skips it all the way across. Once again, the pass could not be handled by Brittany Lutz. Trying a skip pass. And Savage will come out of the game. Paige Roosh will take her place. So Hope still trailing by just 1, can get the lead back for the first time in quite a while. On their standards at least, if they can score. Madison trying to dribble past that pressure. Now they're trying to give the trap in the corner. Swift and Hedrick in the game for the Dutch. Up top, Paris Madison had an open 3 look, passed it up to go inside rather. Kicked it out. Here's Swift, top of the key. Couldn't get the roll. Hedrick gets the rebound. She goes up and she is fouled. And she will get a chance to go to the line to shoot 2. Hedrick going up, getting an offensive board there. Earning a chance to go to the line.
You talked earlier about how off-ball movement is so important, and I think this is going to be a huge key for Hope's offense. Right now we see a lot of standing around the perimeter, just passing it along, and you can only do that for so long. In order to get things open, you got to cut, get some off-ball screens going.
Heather Randall into the game to take Traverse's place, and Hedrick knocks down the first free throw to tie it up. And Hedrick shoots about 78% from the line on the season. And she misses the second, so Hope split the pair the last 2 trips to the line, left a couple points on the board. We are tied up at 32, going to be a close one headed to the half. Just over 3.5 minutes to play. Swift playing some good defense up top on Roosh. Now out on the wing. Here's Zagoda. Swinging around, Burness, shot fake. Skipped all the way out. Madison tips it away. Let's see if Madison can take it all the way. Nobody's going to catch up with her, and she gets the layup to go. The Voss crowd loves that one. Hope showing a little bit of life here. Back on top, 34-32. We've seen Madison try and jump that pass a couple times now in that same spot. Finally able to get it and take it back the other way. A lot of dribbling up top here for Roosh. Not a lot of movement. Here's Zagoda. Perhaps they're missing Curry right now, waiting for her to check back into the game. Inside, foul going to be called on the drive to the left. And let's take a look back there as we saw Paris Madison come up with the steal, jumping the pass and going all the way. A great full court look here. You can see the entire play. She gives Hope the lead at the line. First free throw good. Emily Skoda. Kenzie Fairbanks coming into the game for the first time for Albion.
We see on that Hedrick foul, she had decent position. She just jumped up with her and got that body in. So if she would have stayed firm on her feet, that probably wouldn't have been called a foul.
And it would have forced a really tough look still. Skoda gets both to go, and Curry will come in to take her place. So 2:46 left. Hope now needs to once again worry How about Oriana Curry, who's 5 of 9 on the day for 13 points so far. Paris Madison in a tie ball game, 34 apiece. Swift now, they're moving around the perimeter. Randall kicks it to Madison. Hedrick, top of the key. Swings to Swift. Swift will drive, and a good take up off the glass. She gets it to go from right in front. Good drive there from Swift. Curry now being defended by Madison. This is probably the better matchup you're going to see. She's doing a nice job. And the bench fired up right there. And I think Paris Madison might be the only player that's quick enough to keep Curry in front. And you look at players that are both pretty similar. Quick, can drive, use the shot fake to get to the basket, but also both can shoot from the outside as well. So dangerous players for both teams. They're going to get it to Curry all the way back. Over half court she goes. 20 seconds on the shot clock as she brings it up. Madison trying to keep her in front. She looks like she wants to go to the basket. Now they kick into the corner. Fairbanks, she's going to put up a tough shot. That's probably not the look that Coach Carden wanted her team to have. We go up ahead for Swift. Swift pulls back, puts up the 2, won't go. And you wonder if that's a missed opportunity for Hope on the offensive end. Settling for the jump shot. Curry on the left wing. Hope still with a 2-point lead here. Halfway through the shot clock here. Fairbanks wants to drive, blocked by Heather Randall. Nice job by Randall, staying on the hip, not making contact, and just bringing the arm over top to get a hand on the basketball. Hope with a 2-point lead, looking to add to it here. We're in the closing minute and 20 seconds of this half. Randall went the same way as Swift. Madison. Shot clock down to 10 with Swift in the corner. They skip it over. Hedrick, she'll try the 3. That's going to be well off. You can tell right out the hand. Hope keeps it alive, but no, they step out of bounds. And Hedrick took the 3 there with the shot clock winding down. Not somebody who will often take that 3-point shot. So here's Albion. Chance to tie or take the lead once again. Paige Roosh up the floor, defended by Victoria Swift. Here's Curry. Madison doing a nice job the last few trips down, keeping her away from the basket.
And we also see in Hope's defense, the help defense, we see Hedrick back there, down in the middle there for the help defense, which is something different than what we've seen previous.
Great help defense right there from Schwark to prevent the good shot, and a forced 3 and an offensive rebound. 2 Hope players inside of the Albion players, but they did not box out. And you see Albion get the offensive rebound, and this time Heather Randall pulls it down. Boy, there's another example of it right there. As Coach Morehouse takes a timeout, we've got a second to talk about it, just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. You see 2 Albion players outside of 2 Hope players, and the ball bounces through, and both Albion players free to jump up. Both of them would have gotten it before either Hope player. And, you know, you just back down into that offensive player, box them out, you got an easy rebound. And the Dutch, fortunate that didn't lead to points for the Britons. And we've seen 5 offensive rebounds so far in this game for Albion.
But there's no reason that this Hope team should be out-rebounded in any single game, whether it's offensive or defensive rebounds. I mean, this team has the height, they have the skill, they have the athleticism, and boxing out's one of those basics that I've taught my 3rd graders back in high school camp when we were teaching camps to all the elementary, middle school kids. Like, it's an essential skill that you need to learn, and you've had it your entire life. So just going back to the basics and the easy-peasy stuff for Hope.
And you look at the size advantage for Hope, and great athleticism to go with it. There's really no excuse. They're being out-rebounded 17-16, so not by much. It doesn't seem like, but they should be winning in that effort for the most part, just about every game, you would think. So here's Hope starters in for one last possession with the shot clock off. They lead by 2. Smith had it poked away. Gears gets it back, and she tries to bank it in. Wouldn't get it. Buchanan goes back up. She misses, and still rattling around. And Albion comes out with it. Maybe they can get one last shot. They get it to Curry. Smith's got to watch out for Curry to pull up for the 3. She does, and she just went right into it and deflected, and that'll do it here for the first half. Hope College Flying Dutch 36, the Albion College Britons 34. And Hope had that last possession, thought maybe they get a chance to score. Buchanan from point-blank range couldn't get it to go, and rimmed out. So Hope will go into the half leading by 2. Hope shooting 46.7%, 14 of 13 from the field, or 30 from the field. Albion 13 of 31 from the field. Both teams 4 of 11 from the 3-point line so far. Rebounds similar, turnovers similar. And for that, we've got a close game. Things looking pretty even across the board. We've got about 15 minutes for Carly Van Swool. I'm Lane Wisbicki. We'll be back for the second half right after this.
Every single down. When you come out, there's fire in your eyes.
Soles of my shoes are worn, the knees of my jeans are torn. Sweat coming through my shirt, keep pushing even though it hurts. I'm chasing what I know is true, there's nothing that I would not do. When everyone around me drops, I'm never gonna ever stop. I won't waste another minute, no, I won't. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on a mission. I don't need no permission. I'm a man on a mission. Take it up now, take it up. I ain't waiting and wishing. Take it up now, take it up. Oh, I got that ambition. Take it up now, take it up. I'm a man on a mission. When you look into my
honey. Did you remember to bring the GPS?
Nope.
Oh. Well, you have an app on your phone to tell us how to get where we're going?
I do not.
Really? So you have an actual map, like the kind that are hard to fold?
Uh-uh.
You just know where you're going?
No idea.
Don't be this guy when it comes to financial planning. LVZ Advisors. We'll help get you there.
Hey, we're a little lost. Do you know where the lake is?
Welcome back to DeVos Fieldhouse. I'm Blaine Wiersbicki with Carly Van Swol. It's a 36-34 lead for the Flying Dutch, who take the 2-point lead against an Albion team that's really pushed Hope with pressure in the first half and forced them to try and play their best game. They've been hurried at times, no doubt about that. Looking down the line, Oriana Curry leads the way with 13 points for Albion. On the other side, Frankie Buchanan with 10 for the Dutch. We're told at halftime by Sports Information Director Alan Babbitt that Angelique Gaddy has tied the record for assists in the game for a Hope College player at DeVos Fieldhouse with 7 in the first half. So she joins Julie Henderson and Brittany Berry. And Julie Henderson did it in 2006, Brittany Berry just a couple of years ago. And she did it in January of 2015. Brittany Berry, an assistant on the staff now here at Hope. So Angelique at halftime with 7 assists. Chance to break the Fieldhouse record. She's got 20 minutes game time to do so. So this Hope team, 10-0 on the season, going to be definitely going to be challenged here in these last 20 minutes to keep the undefeated record. Albion looked even like the better team at times, and I think for Hope, you've got to have Paris Madison out there defending Oriana Curry as much as possible. So we take a few looks at some highlights from the first half. She seemed to be the only one who could keep her away from the basket, the only one with quick enough feet to keep her in front. So we'll see what kind of matchup they come out in again. We're just about ready to get going here for half number 2.
Yeah, Curry in the first half coming out with 13 points and 2 assists, and definitely one of the driving forces for this team. And I think, like you said, Madison's motivated, and it comes out with a lot of energy. I think Madison's going to be the girl to stop her, and if Hope gets on those boards and takes away those second chances for Albion and get some second chances for themselves, take some better shots, more balanced shots, I think this could be a different game for this Hope team. But we saw Wishmeyer sit out a lot in the second half of the second part of the first half due to some foul trouble, only with 2 fouls, but definitely a key player coming in making some big baskets for them early on. So we'll see if she's a difference maker starting this second half.
Albion will start with the basketball. And here's Savage to bring it up the floor for the Britons. Coach Morehouse was out on the court with his starting lineup to draw something up from the looks of things. Backdoor cut, they're going for Curry. Now she kicks out. Free throw line jumper off the back of the iron for Wishmeyer. Rebounded by Frankie Buchanan and lobs it over to the point guard, Angelique Gaddy, who currently, as I mentioned, is tied for the DeVos Fieldhouse record for assists in a game. Going inside for Buchanan, she falls to the floor and she throws it away. And not sure what happened there. And once again, they try to jump the route, and Gaddy tries to get the steal, but you're that far off, you lead to a wide open basket. Hope has really struggled today on the defensive end, allowing Albion to get in behind them. Gears, wide open 3, that's long. And here's Aaron Nelson with the rebound, gets it to Savage. A tie ball game, Albion trying to take the lead.
And that's how Hope should have broken that press, but you saw 4 girls behind Gears who took the 3, and only Buchanan was down there to rebound.
Three-pointer, good. Savage on the wing. Albion's got 39-36 lead. Here's Gaddy up through that trap, and Hope's figured out how to get through it. The trap needs to be set up maybe a little quicker, I think, for Albion. Gears will try the same shot, and she gets it to go this time. Make no mistake about it. 39-0. But it looks like when Hope brings up the floor, they're willing to go right into where Albion wants to get the trap, but they can just pass it straight through up the sideline before that. So they seem to have figured out the way to break that. Going inside, good help side from Frankie Buchanan. And this one going to stay with Albion. The DeVos crowd doesn't like it, neither did Traversa. But that will be the call. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. That layup try didn't hit the rim. Savage goes up top. And here is Burness being defended closely. Savage trying to drive on Smith. Now back door. Traversa kind of stepped in between both of them and made a nice play. And Gaddy just forced that one. And that's just too tough of a pass right there. And Traversa, the only one back on defense right now. She's going to have to pick up ball. You know that jump shot's coming. Did a good job to force that. It's missed in a rejection here. That one goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Albion, but boy, Hope has just wasted a few chances early on. You got the nice three-pointer from Gears, but seen them really trying to push as quick as they can to get to the basket. I think maybe they just need to slow down for a sec and find a better shot. All the way to the lane. Curry, good help side from Gaddy, and Curry knocked down. Up ahead, there's Smith. This time she made sure to put a dribble down and take 2 steps.
I think that's the biggest surge of energy we've seen from anyone on this Hope team.
Driving baseline. That one missed. Offensive rebound, though, put right back up and in by Emily Burnest. Once again, Hope didn't seem to have much concern for trying to come up with that rebound. Watching the shot go up, and Gears fills it up again from that left wing. She's found her spot. Hope back up by 3. Here's Savage up top being defended by Smith. Go back door to Curry. Crosses over, kicks out. Deep 2, that one short. Traversa can't get the rebound as it's taken away by Wishmeyer. And Burness missed the basket, and that's going to be a foul on Traversa for going over the back. Defensive rebounding struggles continue. And it's just kind of baffling that this Hope team cannot come up with boards. Albion continues to get second and third opportunities. Traversa, you can see right there, clearly going over the back. And Wishmeyer trying to sell it as best, or excuse me, Burness trying to sell it as well as she could.
And we've seen a lot of examples of Hope relying on their height, but that's when Traversa just thought she could go over the top and pick it over.
And Curry walks right by 2 or 3 Hope defenders for the easy layup. Hope gets it over. That one's tipped. Gears just able to keep it alive. And passing up the 3, going to the lane instead was Gaddy. She couldn't get it to go, so here's Albion trying to take the lead again, down 1. Smith being defending rather, Savage. It's tipped going inside by Buchanan. 13 seconds left now on the shot clock. Here's Hedrick. And they want to get Schwark in as well. She'll take Buchanan's place. Just under 4 minutes into this second half. Savage going out top. It's run down by Aaron Nelson. And Gaddy just lost when Curry decides to make a move. And in the corner, the 3, well shy. Once again, no rebound. And Savage keeps it alive, gives it to Curry. And we're going to see a timeout called here by Albion. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. But man, it's just amazing that Albion is able to out-rebound Hope 27-19. 12 offensive rebounds, and we are not even halfway into the third quarter. So that's pretty absurd, really. If you're Coach Morehouse, I just don't see how you can let that stand. It's unacceptable. It's the kind of thing that we talk about every broadcast, but here we are in the 11th game of the season still talking about their inability to rebound the basketball, even though they are generally by far and away the tallest basketball team on the floor. And just a matter of effort underneath and just focus. You got to think about finding a body when a shot goes up. You see a lot of girls just going up watching it. Example, Wishmeyer earlier went up for a layup. I believe it was Burness actually, went up for the layup, missed it. She just got her own layup back on a rebound underneath, put it right back in. And nobody turned to get a body on her, just watch the shot go up and hope the ball comes down to him. Got to fight and earn that rebound. Hope struggling with it so far.
And I think it's just effort in every aspect for Hope right now.
3 in the corner. That one's good. Burness gets it to go. And Albion up by 2. Flip it up ahead to Hedrick. Back out to Gaddy. Hope down by 2. Gaddy has an open 3 ball. She couldn't get it to go. Gears with the rebound. The long board comes out to her. Gears picks up her dribble. She's dead. She's got nobody to give it to. Barely gets it to Hedrick. And that one's just thrown right in to Wishmeyer. She didn't even have to move. And here's Savage up the floor. She'll pull up for the long 2. She won't get it to go. And that one's off of Traversa. Can't hold on to the basketball. Goes to Albion. So Albion once again will get another chance.
Also number 30, Jamie Hubbard.
And you got to give props to Albion. I mean, they're doing all the little stuff. They're working hard. They're scrappy. They're getting back on defense. They're cutting with a purpose, and they're rebounding.
It's certainly the effort battle being won by far and away by Albion. We mentioned they're out rebounding Hope by 8 rebounds at this point. And there's the 3 going up. That one's short. Traversa is fouled. She pulled down the rebound. Savage tried getting in there. Thought maybe they were going with a jump ball. They are going to get Savage with the foul for the reaching in. Both teams with the foul apiece in the third quarter here. Victoria Swift into the game as well now for Hope. So here's Gaddy to bring it up the floor, into the middle to Swift. Back to Gaddy. Hedrick now on the wing. Skip pass all the way over to Swift. Swift will pull up for the 2, and she gets that to go. Victoria Swift having a nice shooting night so far. She's 3 for 7 from the field. Good for 7 points. And on the offensive end here, Orban. Swift getting in there, trying to tip it away. In the scramble, it goes all the way into the corner to Savage. Shot clock down to 10. And Savage inside, kicks over now, and that could not be handled by Wishmeyer. So it's going to go to Hope. We're tied up at 46 all.
For the Flying Dutch, number 2, Paris Madison.
Paris Madison into the game, take Angelique Gaddy's place.
Swift and Schwartz still look a little bit shaken up after that last play.
Yeah, both trying to shake things off here. Madison to Traversa. Back to Madison to get it over the timeline. Madison going to drive all the way inside. The blocking foul. And with a tie ball game, Paris Madison will have the chance to shoot 2 from the line.
She pretty good position, but I think she was just a little bit inside the circle on that one.
That was the call. Madison tried sidestepping her as well, so it really just looked a bit awkward. So with a tie game, Paris Madison gives the lead back to the Dutch. So Hope up 47-46. Paris Madison, who just recently subbed in for Angelique Gaddy, into the game, buries both free throws to give Hope the 2-point lead. So now here is Albion up the floor. Roosh to Wishmeyer, backdoor cut, and it's taken away. Heather Randall stepped in front, or excuse me, Jacqueline Schwark rather. Up ahead, Traversa. I always wonder if Traversa's gonna pull the 3 from that kind of range. 1 for 2 in the first half from 3-point line. Schwark dribbles and steps back. Swift into the middle is fouled. So they're gonna get Wishmeyer with the foul.
I still think we mentioned it early on in the first quarter, but I think Hope really needs to spread things out a little bit, work in the middle, work it out to Schwark and Buchanan, let them do their thing in the middle. We saw Buchanan a couple times do her turnaround fade, little jumper right in the middle, and it worked every time. So I just think Hope's really got to work it in the middle a little bit more.
Madison will inbound, gets it up top to Traversa. Out to Swift, closely guarded by Roosh. And that one's thrown away. Both not on the same page with each other. So Albion gets it back down 2. Here's Paige Roosh leading the offense. Swinging around Lutz, now down in the corner, going inside. And that's an offensive foul going to be called. Emily Burness went through. The basket will not count. That was another kind of awkward charge block situation. Once again, position was definitely there. Burness just tried going inside, but right there, certainly outside of the circle. So the call went to the offense on the foul.
And Shork's kind of the charge queen for this Hope defense.
Randall gets in a tough spot, taking it over the half court. Paris Madison kicks out. Hedrick drives, swings it over. 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Paris Madison will try and drive inside. She's bumped. A travel going to be called. So it's going to go back over to Albion. So 2.5 to play here in the third quarter. Albion still trails by just 2. Going to get something going on the offensive end. Out into the corner, 3-ball, Burness couldn't get it to go. Schwark finally with a good box out, and Hedrick looked like she was taken down, and rolling in, Roosh grabs the ball, gets the easy layup to go. But give credit to Albion still, really just outworking Hope, trying to get second chance opportunities. Something that Hope isn't seeing, and Albion seeing seems like almost every possession down the floor now with 14 offensive rebounds. Hedrick, nice drive into the right side. She can't get it to go, but she's fouled. So now Allison Hedrick, who split the pair last time she went to the free throw line.
And what I like about this Albion team and just greatly coaches, they came out and they threw out 3 different defenses in the first 3 minutes, and now they're throwing things off, and it's a close game, 48-48. Hope's starting to get used to that man-to-man, but they switch right back to that 2-3 zone, and I wouldn't be surprised if they switch back to the trap later on, and they're just doing a great job of keeping Hope on their toes, just mixing things up with the defense.
Hedrick knocks down the first free throw, as she did last time around. Let's see if she can complete the pair this time around. Nope, same thing, splits it. This one's tipped around, and Victoria Swift comes out with it. Ball rattled around for a while, and it benefited the Dutch, so they get it back with a 1-point lead. Here's Hedrick. And that one thrown away again. So another turnover for the Dutch. Albion with a chance to take the lead. Down by 1. Madison Gears coming back into the game for Hedrick. So here we go, back on offense. Paige Roosh being double teamed up top. Now the drive, going up with the right, wouldn't go. And taken away, and an easy 2. That one good from Aaron Nelson. And a broken record, but another example of Albion fighting harder, wanting it more than this Hope team. And they get another basket. Gears trying to drive. But the foul here is going to go against Tierra Orban.
But we're in the bonus, so she'll get to the line.
5 fouls here for Albion, so Hope will shoot 2. It's the 6th foul of the half, or of the quarter rather. Gears gets it to go. Tie it back up at 50. Another chance now for Gears. She gets both to go. (51-50), Hope back on top in this back and forth game. Paige Roosh leading the offense, now kicks it over to Orban, being defended closely by Swift. Roosh on the wing, she's got a 3-ball and she buries it. Albion up by 2.
And this Albion team just doing a great job getting some good shots, and those second chances have really helped them out with those 15 offensive rebounds.
Here's out to Madison. Madison barely able to keep it from going over and back. Hope, 30 seconds left here in the quarter, down by 2. Randall spins. Madison inside, up, and she misses the layup. Madison, great hustle to go inside. It's off, though, of Paris Madison, so it goes to Albion. And, you know, a tough contested layup there, but we've seen a few of those today for Hope that just haven't gone. Be the difference in winning and losing this game. They trail by 2 right now. Albion's going to get the last shot of this quarter.
And this is the matchup that we've talked about.
Curry on Madison. Curry is who Albion wants to take the final shot, but she's going to throw it away. And we're going to get a foul called here. I think I saw the official go up with one fist.
Yeah.
So Madison's going to be able to shoot a couple free throws. Madison went to the floor to get the ball. It looked like one of the Albion players jumped on top of her. And Brittany Lutz is going to pick up this foul. So big there for the Dutch, down 2 here with just 2.7 left. Wouldn't have probably had time to go down the floor to get a good shot. And Paris Madison gets the chance. Go to the line here and shoot 2. She could tie it up. She misses the first free throw. Hope 9 of 13 as a team from the line today. See if she can get one to at least get Hope within 1 heading to the 4th quarter. She gets that one to go. 53-52, Albion leads Hope. Curry is going to have to force up a half-court shot here. She didn't get it off. The official says she did, but a replay will show she didn't get the shot off in time. But nonetheless, that's just going to hurt her percentage, I guess, at the end of the day.
Right.
Albion with a 53-52 lead. Headed to the 4th quarter here from DeVos. We'll take a break here from our sponsor and be right back after this.
Hit the road.
Honey, did you remember to bring the GPS?
Nope.
Oh. Well, you have an app on your phone to tell us how to get where we're going?
I do not.
Really? So you have an actual map, like the kind that are hard to fold? You just know where you're going?
No idea.
Don't be this guy when it comes to financial planning. LVZ Advisors. We'll help get you there.
With Carly Van Swol. Albion takes the lead into the 4th quarter here at DeVos Fieldhouse, 53-52. They're giving Hope everything they've got right now. And Albion, a team that certainly has shown the ability to play this year at 6-2, 2-1 overall in the MIAA, and they lost to Trine. Albion, a very good team, as we've seen, so Trine, for Hope, they're going to have to be geared up for that battle. That could be the biggest one of the season. Of course, Hope already beat Calvin. Trine 8-1 in the season. Both teams Trine and Hope 3-0 in conference play. But Hope may not be 3-0 in conference play when that meeting comes up. Albion leads by 1, headed to the 4th quarter here. Imagine we'll see a lot more of the starters here in this 4th quarter. For Hope, Gaddy trying to drive. Now spins. Gets it out to Smith. Inside, Smith couldn't get the layup to go on the right side. Never hit the rim. Here's Albion the other way. Curry leads the way. She drives. Savage up top. Shot clock starting to wind down. Now Savage looking to drive. Shot clock under 10. Here's Curry lobbing it up. Buchanan gets in the way and Smith grabs it. Great defense over the top by Buchanan. As Albion tried to steal with Nelson. Gaddy steps into 3. She airballs it long. Traversa comes up with it. She goes up and under, off the glass, and finally Hope with a second chance opportunity. I guess they just needed an air ball to help them out.
Apparently.
Backdoor lob here in the middle and blocked from behind by Traversa. That's a great recovery. Hope wasn't back on defense. Nelson all alone.
Yeah, see, Traversa just clapped and said, guys, we got to match up. Find your girl. You can't have that.
Hope does have the lead back after the 2 from Traversa. Traversa went 1 for 2 in the first quarter from 3. She hit the first one she took. Haven't seen her really shoot from outside since then. Be interesting to see her try and get some more looks. Savage to the wing. Curry trying to cut. Now she goes backdoor on Gears, but couldn't look to get that pass in. Shot clock down to 5. Driving here. Burness forces up a shot, and she banks it home. My goodness, what a play. A little bit of luck, though, involved. She was forced to toss that up with the right hand and off the glass. And Burness will definitely take it. She's got 9 points now. Gears. Short shot fake, drives, goes to the right hand, misses the layup. Another missed layup. We've seen several for Hope so far tonight. So Albion has the lead. And they've got the ball. Savage in the corner, shot fake, and block going to be called on Smith. Smith tried to close out, and Savage just a quick head fake, able to get by right away on the baseline.
You saw Coach Mull in that last play kind of frustrated with Buchanan that she wasn't there for the rebound. Second chances are going to be huge. 54, 55 games for just a 1-point differentiate. So rebounding is going to be huge, and if they're not going to start doing it now, they might lose this contest.
Curry passes it, and it's saved, but this is thrown over, and that one's off of Gaddy, and she looked to be well over half-court line, and that wasn't tipped by Hope, so I'm wondering why that's not over and back. Maybe we have another look at it for you. That's what Gaddy was saying. Referee's talking about it. And after they talk about it, they say it will stay with Albion. And they've got the 1-point lead. Get the ball back. Here's Savage. This one's tipped out. We look at the replays. This one's thrown over. So here's Savage. Being defended by Smith. Spins, shot clock winding down. Inside, that one's up and in. Aaron Nelson gets inside and scores. Albion now with a 3-point lead. Here's Hope on the offensive end. Let's see what they can do. They go inside for Buchanan. It's tipped away by Nelson, and you could see it too easily. Tried to feed it in to Buchanan.
And the way this Hope team is playing, I'm surprised it's a 3-point game. I mean, Albion's definitely been in the driver's seat this entire time. More effort, doing the little stuff, playing as a team, more energy all around. I'm surprised the score doesn't show how good Albion's done against this Hope team.
Yeah, Albion, leading by 3. Anybody's going to take a lead against a Hope team in the fourth quarter, but yeah, you're right. It certainly could be worse. And I think that's just the talent level that Hope has, able to keep it close when really they're being absolutely outplayed on just about any level. Hope keeping themselves in the game by making their shots for the most part, but I think the rebounds are just killing them. Albion so many times, again and again, getting chances after they miss to come back and score, and it's killed Hope. And I've seen Hope miss some of the easier ones too. You expect them to hit. Buchanan right in front of the rim missed one. Seen a couple missed layups, from Gaddy, from Gears. So that certainly hasn't helped Hope either. Down into crunch time here in the fourth quarter. We've got 7 minutes, 24 seconds left. You're down by 3. You can't afford to miss those kind of shots. You get inside for a layup, it's inexcusable to miss. When you're not, very well contested by a taller player, for example, you got to be able to get those to go. And as I mentioned, expect to see the starting lineup more in this quarter. And staying in right now off the timeout.
And this is a Hope team that's so used to, and we've seen in previous games, has done such a great job on contested layups. They normally go up strong, do a really good job of finishing, and their finishing tonight has just not been up to par.
So Albion with the basketball. Evelyn Wischmeyer, the freshman, will get it to Savage, the senior guard, to lead things up the floor for Albion, defended by Smith. They go inside. Nelson, and that one's taken away, not on the same page. They thought it was going to be backdoor cut. Gaddy didn't see the defender coming from behind, and Albion takes it away, and just no communication from Hope. Yelling out a wolf call, letting her know that someone was in behind. And in the corner, 3 ball wouldn't go. Nelson try to get in there for the board. It goes off of Hope, and another second chance opportunity here for the Britons. So they lead by 3.
You hear Coach Mo yelling out, box out, otherwise you're going to get called for the over the back, so he knows.
And we saw Traversa get called for it earlier. Smith tried to take it away from Savage. Savage able to recover. Kick into the corner. Drive and a layup and the foul. And Traversa, you can read her lips, just said, I didn't touch her. But a 3-point play opportunity. And right there, it's Smith going for the steal, not getting it, and out of position. You see her go inside. And the official from the far back side made that call. And as I said, you can see Traversa say, I didn't touch her. From a replay, really can't tell. Free throw missed. Smith gets the rebound, and she's fouled. Emily Burness just tried to go in for the board. So it remains a 5-point game, 6:48 to go.
And Smith was actually late to rebound. She almost forgot to, and she just slid in the last moment. Otherwise, that probably wouldn't have been a foul. Burns just going for the rebound.
Gears from the corner. This would be a big one. She knocks it down. She has really been big from deep in this second half. Mandy Gears now with 14 points. She's 4 of 5 from deep. And back to a 2-point game. Under 6.5 to play. They leave Curry open. She dribbled around the floor and then just posted up and took a 3, and she buries it and responds. Here's Gears. Can she get another one? And airballed that one. That's not what you would expect. The way she'd really heated up. So Albion gets it back with a 5-point lead. Gears stepping in, tipping it away. 6:04 left here. Victoria Swift going to come in and take Maddie Gears' spot. Gears knocking down that 3 from down in the corner earlier to make it a 3-point game, but Albion, to make it a 2-point game rather, Albion responds. Curry gets a 3 of her own. It's back to 5, and Curry throws it away. So Hope gets it back. 5:55 left in the game. Hope down 5. Traversa gets it into Gaddy, who's picked up at full court by Evelyn Wischmeyer. Get out on the wing for Swift. And that one's tipped away. Wischmeyer couldn't keep it in bounds. Hope now, 17 seconds left on the shot clock, left to get it in. All these Hope players on the bench trying to encourage their team on the floor. Hope in a spot that they're not in too often, down by 5 in the 4th quarter here. I'd like to see Traversa try and take a 3, I think. Something she's done so much of, and she gets fouled there going up. She'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Evelyn Wischmeyer picks up the foul. And Wischmeyer, that's her 4th.
I think they're trying to use Traversa's height because obviously she's got a guard guarding her. Just get her down maybe more in the middle, isolate her a little bit more to give her more space to work. Otherwise, like you said, take her out, bring her on the arc where she does things the best.
And even Buchanan, you look at, she's been guarded by Erin Nelson the entire game. And Erin Nelson listed at 5'10". Buchanan listed at 6 foot on the Hope roster, but I feel like that's not exactly a roster height. I feel like she might have more than 2 inches even on Nelson.
Right.
But back to within 3 here. Traversa knocks down both free throws. Curry trying to drive, being guarded well by Victoria Swift. Now here's Savage. Trying to go back door to Curry. And a blocking foul going to be called, and Gaddy is furious. She needs to be careful. Coach Morehouse furious as well. So Gaddy picks up her 2nd, and Albion will have the chance to inbound underneath as we look at the pass to Savage. And Gaddy, from our look, that's tough. She looks like she may have a case outside of the circle, and her feet weren't moving. And we're going to see a travel called now on Curry. So maybe things even on out. See Coach Carden calling for a push. So a 3-point game. Here's Gaddy. Gives it to Traversa to bring it over the timeline to Smith. Gaddy up top. Obviously don't need a three, but when you're down 3, it always feels like you want to take one. Victoria Swift, she can get 3 the other way. She drives inside, and the foul gets the layup to go. And with a free throw, could tie this ball game up with 4:53 to go.
And Victoria Swift, one of those sneaky players for this Hope team. We'll see the replay right now, but not one of those players that you see as a key scorer for this team. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of minutes, more as this season's gone on, but coming in with 9 points and at the free throw line and just coming in clutch when it's now a 1-point game. She's doing a really great job tonight.
And Swift ties this one up, hits the free throw, and we've got a sub here. Paris Madison will take the place of Angelique Gaddy. Madison going to defend Savage. Victoria Swift has done a nice job, really, defending Curry, keeping her in front. 4-on-4. Here's Savage, now on the left wing. Being defended by Madison, now Schwark defends Nelson. 3 going up, Savage, couldn't get it to go. And a foul gonna be called on Victoria Swift, I think, and it's gonna stay with Albion.
I think that's one of the best box outs we've seen from this
I was gonna say the same thing. I don't know if we can get another look at it, but either way, both coaches are going to be pretty frustrated. I think there's kind of a lot of guesswork going on with our crew so far, and that's just putting it back into a defender.
Yeah,
that's the definition of a box out right there. And Victoria Swift called for a foul, so a tough break there. She just put her lower side into the Albion player, and free throw good. The first try from Lutz. So we've got a 1-point lead now for the Britons. 4.5 to go. We've talked about Hope struggling to box out so much in this game. They finally do it perfectly well, and Swift called for the foul. So tough right there. Albion takes the 2-point lead.
And that right there is a textbook box out.
So here's Madison with Hope down 2. There's the 3 try. That one's not close. Off the heel from Traversa. Kind of caught that off the curl. Hurried it a bit. Didn't look like she really got the chance to step into the shot. Madison going to pick up Savage at half court. She wants to try for the steal. Seen her do it so many times. Out into the wing. Burness going to drive. She's going to step through, and a travel going to be called on Burness. Interesting with a travel. I guess I wouldn't have expected that to be the call. And we'll see her driving in. And yeah, I suppose right there you said Schwark setting up in good guarding position, but she was sidestepped by Burness. So Hope gets it back again, down 2 here. This game going back and forth. Here's Traversa. Swings it over to Gears. Gears, the quick little shot fake. Oh, now it to Hedrick, a dangerous pass. Hope just needs to settle down a little bit. Shot clock now down to 10. Hedrick doesn't know where to go with it. Now here's Madison. Paris Madison, she'll pull up and take a 3, and she banks it home. And the look on Paris Madison's face tells it all. Do not think she called bank on that shot right there, but they'll take it. Hope with a 1-point lead. And boy, that's the kind of shot that could be the difference maker in a game that nobody wants it to be the difference maker in the game. And we'll see how Albion responds here. Gears tries to tip it away, and a foul is called on Madison Gears. Just getting a little bit of the body, trying to reach for the tip, and just a lot of frustration from both sides. You get to that point where this game is heated in the later parts. And you can see Gears just getting the body there, trying to lean in for the steal, no doubt. The 5th foul on Hope. So Oriana Curry with a chance to take the lead at the line. Once again, hits the free throw, tied up. Gaddy back in, Swift back in. I think you got to see Swift in the way she's been working. You got 3-point play on one end, and unfortunately called for a foul on it, but actually boxing out well, trying to help her team rebound. Curry, second free throw gives Albion the lead back, 66-65.
And this could be a game of free throws. Right now, Albion shooting 87.5% from the line and Hope 76%. So both teams doing well from the line. It's just who's going to get there the most.
Gaddy going inside, and one. Count the basket. The blocking foul called. And that's a big move from a senior guard with her team down 1. The block called. Basket counts. Up by 1. Chance to take the 2-point lead. Let's take a look at our replay as we see Angelique Gaddy driving in And Curry looked like she just fell down before she even got there, before the contact was made. So the blocking foul called, and Gaddy converts the three-point play. Hope with a 2-point lead. That's the biggest lead Hope's had since the first quarter. Just about a minute and 8 seconds into this game, they led by 5. Hope up by 2 now. 2:48 to go.
See the Hope bench on their feet trying to get their team pumped up.
Savage, now Curry. Hope picking up the intensity on defense a bit. Gaddy trying to defend Curry. And an offensive foul being called on Oriana Curry for extending the forearm. And Hope bench fired up for the defensive effort. You could tell there was just way more intensity on that possession than we've seen for pretty much the entire game. And I think that's what Hope's needed for about 40 minutes tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But they finally get it to go, and the defense works out.
And that's the call Coach Morehouse has been looking for all night.
Yeah, you've seen him getting the ear of the officials. And of course, both coaches have. Gaddy thought about a 3. Instead, swings it around. Now, shot fake. She'll drive. Short 2, and buries it. Angelique Gaddy stepping up when her team needs her most. And Gaddy now with 11 points and 9 assists, just one short of a double-double. Curry, nice help side defense from Swift. Kicked it out. Looking for the 3, now drive inside. That one stripped away. That's going to be a foul, but it won't go. Gaddy fouls Curry. And Gaddy fortunate that the circus layup try after the foul didn't go. It was close. Curry with a great effort there. Team down 4. Trying to make something happen. Star players have got to do that. They look to Curry. I mean, Gaddy's been doing it on the other end for Hope.
And good job of Swift on the help defense there and recovering to take away that 3 right there. So good defense on her part.
Entering the lineup for Albion, number 23, Evelyn Wishmeyer.
Wishmeyer back in for Albion. Curry has 21 now after the first free throw. Second one, 22. It's a 2-point ball game. Once again, we are going down to the wire. 2 minutes to go.
And Curry's 6 for 6 from the line tonight.
Gaddy, she's going to drive again. She gets the block, but this time it will not go. And Curry, that's every time we've seen that, just a little bit too late to slide over. And Gaddy's found something that works, so she figures why not just keep going to it.
Right.
And she almost had another 3-point play. And Gaddy's one of the best at this level that we see at controlling her body, getting to the basket to create finishes for herself that a lot of other players just frankly cannot do at this level. First free throw good from Gaddy. 3-point lead for Hope now.
And if you notice, that's the 4th foul on Curry, which is huge for this team. Definitely a driving factor for this team. So if Gaddy's going to keep doing that, Curry's got to figure out a way to stop that without fouling.
When we've got just 1:54 left, and Hope with a 4-point lead, Coach Morehouse takes a full timeout. So if Curry does foul out in this next possession, then they won't have their star player in the last few seconds trying to come back. So we'll take a timeout here, one last chance to hear from our sponsor, and we'll be right back after this.
My 32 years, I can look back at clients and realize that when I started with them in my mid-30s, I was one of many professionals in their life. But since then, their doctors retired, their attorneys retired, their ministers retired, all the key people in their life retired, but we're still there. And over time, we end up being very, very close to our clients. It's very hard to talk about your financial history without talking about your family history. We get to know it, we keep it confidential, and you can't help but begin to love these people.
We're back here at DeVos Fieldhouse. I'm Blaine Rosbicki with Carly Van Swoll. YMCA raining down here at DeVos Fieldhouse, and you can't help but dance along. 1:54 to play. Hope's got a 72-68 lead. The way things were going to start this 4th quarter, it seemed like Albion was on their way to their 7th victory of the season, and Hope was on their way to their first loss. But Flying Dutch with a 4-point lead under 2 to play. We'll see how Albion responds on the offensive end. Savage to the middle, looking for Curry. Curry, drive inside, and you can see they're helping out on her. They know she's going to take that shot. Traversa now. Traversa needs to find somebody to get it to. She goes to Gaddy, and Gaddy past the timeline. Hope would be smart to just take the full shot clock here, up by 4. If they can get a basket and take that much time off, they can essentially ice the game. Gaddy steps back, though. That's probably not the shot you're looking for in that situation. Here's Curry back on Gaddy. Pulls up, tough two, wouldn't go. And Traversa rips down the rebound, and it's a big one. And I don't think that's the shot that Curry and Albion wanted either on the break. Here's Swift. Coach Morehouse right there. He's got to be yelling at him to slow down. You cannot take a shot here. There it is. My goodness, I thought they were about ready to launch a three. Up by 4. You've got to take time off this clock and let Angelique Gaddy do what she's done in the past few possessions for you. Take it to the basket, try to get fouled. Kicks out instead to Swift. Swift has an open look, and she buries the 3 ball. That should just about do it. 7-point lead, 40 seconds to go. The dagger from Victoria Swift, who's had a big game, but a response from Savage off the iron wouldn't go. Traversa gets the rebound. Traversa gets it over to Gaddy. And Albion's got a foul. They're being yelled at to foul. And the tap there from Savage on Gaddy will send her to the free throw line. And my, oh my, how this game has quickly turned around. And the Hope College faithful feeling a little bit better now as we look at that Victoria Swift 3. They kick it out, and she buries it. A great job there to slow it down, take some time off. Gaddy drives, and they came in on her like they expected. Kick to the wide open shooter, Victoria Swift, and I think that's what Albion has been lacking the last few times down. You see 3-4 players waiting for Ayana Curry to take that shot inside, and Curry not the tallest, so when you've got Traversa down there, you've got Schwerk down there reaching over top. They really forced a tough take.
And this is the sense of urgency that I think Hope's needed this entire game. I mean, Traversa's rebounded out of her mind the last minute and a half. Really gotten the ball, kept away those second chances from Albion. And this is the kind of energy that they've needed this entire game. They just waited till the last 2 minutes to bring it out.
And realizing that Gaddy passed that out to Swift for the 3. That's her 10th assist of the day. She's got a double-double, 15 points, 10 assists, and that's a DeVos Fieldhouse record. For Angelique Gaddy, the previous record was 7, 10 assists in this game here. So congratulations to the senior, Angelique Gaddy, on putting up some pretty fantastic numbers tonight, 15 and 10. And she leads Hope with 15 points. Oriana Curry's got 22 on the other side to go with 3 assists. And with the 4 rebounds, the 10 assists, and the 15 points, I think Angelique Gaddy's got to be your player of the game here, the way she's facilitated her teammates and stepped up late and gotten buckets that they needed in the game. She's really done it all tonight.
But I think we really got to give credit to this Albion team. I mean, this is a team that's probably been underrated in this conference, and I think they're going to do big things this season, upset some really good teams, and really be a force to be reckoned with. I mean, the effort that they put in here, I don't think Hope, effort-wise, Hope didn't really have any reason to be in this game, and Albion had every reason and every right to win this game.
But Hope just stepping it up late here, making some big plays, and the talent level showing for Hope. I don't think anybody in the MIAA has more talent than Hope, trying perhaps close. It'll be interesting to see that matchup. And Savage drives all the way inside, can't get it to go, and 3 big rebounds for Mandy Traversa late in this game, a game where Hope has really struggled to rebound, and they've been out-rebounded 39-28 against Albion. It was 39-25 until Traversa got those 3 big rebounds late here. So 18 offensive boards for Albion tonight compared to 8 for Hope. And still they find themselves up, and with a couple free throws, Hope could win this game by double digits. But Traversa can't get the first one to go.
And that 18 offensive rebound stats has got to be one that Albion's got to take the positive away from that. That's incredible, especially against such a tall Hope team.
And Albion will take their final timeout here. Hope leads 78-68 with 16.9 seconds left. It's just a 30-second timeout, so keep it here. And you wonder what you talk about here if you're Coach Doreen Cardin down by 10 with under 17 seconds to go. Try and draw something up, get a quick shot off. Nothing is impossible, but at this point, Hope seems to have this game well in hand. I think the 3-point basket for Victoria Swift was the dagger to go up by 7. What a big shot, and what a big find by Gaddy to drive. And she knew the defense would come with her. She'd scored on the last 3 possessions, a couple layups, and then the free throws. Get herself up to a 15-point scoring night. Victoria Swift, though, with 13 on 5 of 9 shooting, 2 for 4 from deep. A very efficient night for Victoria Swift, the sophomore. Here's Albion. Savage goes to Curry, and a foul is going to be called on Gaddy. Tried to come over the steal and just got a bit of the body. 4th foul on Gaddy.
Gaddy knows it.
And Curry go to the line and shoot free throws, and you just stop the clock, give some free points there. I don't know if I'd be too aggressive going for a steal.
Right.
You can just hold them off, let her take some time, and even if they make a basket, clock's running. So now you give Albion the chance to score, but Curry misses the front end. That's her first miss from the line today. She was 6 of 6 from the charity stripe before that. She can make this. What you do is you let them set up some pressure off of a make. She does make it, and here is that full court pressure. They're going to lob it deep, and that's not going to get there. And that's going to go to Albion. And interesting play golf there from Hope. They ran the Hail Mary. He just had everybody go deep. You just got to get it in. They're going to foul you. It's a 9-point game, and Hope lucky they're up this much, as they have really not dealt with the pressure all that well today. Curry brings up the floor. She'll launch from 3, top of the key. Won't go. Crashing the board. Nelson gets the layup to go. So just like that, it's back to a 7-point game. 3 seconds to go. Albion will not foul. And that'll do it here from DeVos Fieldhouse. The Hope College Flying Dutch escape at home with a victory, 78-71. At the end of the third period, Albion led by 1, and they led for the first half of this fourth quarter as well. But Hope able to battle back on the back of Angelique Gaddy with 15 points, 10 assists and 4 rebounds. Victoria Swift with 13 points. Madison Gears, 14 points. She had a day from three-point land, ignoring the air ball she had, 4 of 6 from deep. 10 apiece for Traversa and Buchanan, 8 points for Paris Madison. Oriana Curry led the way with all scorers, 23 points, 11 for Burness, 10 for Savage, the 3 scorers in double digits for the Britons. But the Britons go home with a loss. They fall to 6-3 on the season, 2-2 in conference play. Hope improves to 11-0, 4-0 in MIAA play. We've got some highlights to take you out here from DeVos Fieldhouse. And men's basketball will be at Mount Union Thursday and Friday. And then Wednesday, January 4th, that is, back at Albion. Women's basketball will be back next time we have a broadcast, Saturday, January 7th at 3 p.m. Women's basketball hosts Kalamazoo. So that's the next time we will see you there, with the men playing that same night, 7:30 against Olivet. For Carly Van Swol, I'm Blaine Wiersbicky. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
We've intentionally never had minimum account sizes. Our philosophy has always been, if you're willing to put in the work and we'll collaborate and we set the plan in place and you're willing to go along with this plan and to put forth effort to this plan, we're happy to work with you. It's what we love to do. And so we have people coming in from the very starting point all the way to, to the wealthy people. It's all different scenarios. Financial planning is not just for the wealthy.